Ladies and gentlemen, I believe we're live on YouTube with Eric Shifrin, if I'm not mistaken. So we're going to start right on time at 5:30, and it's about 5:29. But we want to make sure you're tuned in. Let's see if we can get a little tighter shot on it. That's going to be nicer, don't you think, ladies and gentlemen? We don't need to see his toes tapping, do we? Let's get this angle here. All right. Now with YouTube, you'll notice we get finally a horizontal frame. Has its, classy look to it. And this is a classy act, so. Eric, are you ready?
Sure.
What do you think? You got a show for us? Let's see, it's 5:28, so we won't start the first tune until those people who are looking for a 5:30 start tune in. But you want to say anything to the folks?
Just glad you
Use that microphone.
Coming out for the
That's
Bird and Beckett shows. Got to keep it rolling, and hopefully we'll be back live.
Oh, with an audience?
Actually, though, it's kind of nice. They don't talk during the slow ones. Too far. But yeah, I thought I would do some Hoagie Carmichael, and if you have any requests, send them in and try to get to a few.
Sounds good. Turn these levels down over here a little bit.
You're watching.
Still 1 minute to go. So help us pay Mr. Shifrin tonight. The Bird and Beckett Cultural Legacy Project has been presenting jazz at Bird and Beckett on Friday evenings continuously since October of 2002. We're up to 920, 925 consecutive Fridays, and we've always paid the musicians here, but that money has to come from somewhere, and typically that comes from the audience as well as donors to the nonprofit. So you are the audience. Pay your cover charge by donating via our website. Go to the Bird and Beckett site and find the donate button on the navigation bar and follow it there. Somewhere or other you may find also links to it in the post about the show, or maybe in the comments if there's a comments thing on YouTube. So do. And if you can't figure it out, just bring us some money later. And we'll make sure Eric gets it, okay? All right. Phone's ringing at the other end of the room, but I think I'll go hush that up and you can start. What do you say? Eric Shifrin, ladies and gentlemen. All right.
Okay. I got a new Hoagie Carmichael tune, so I'll just start off with a little Hoagie Carmichael medley. This one's called Judy. Here's a social distancing song by Hoagie. It's not the pale moon that excites me, that thrills and delights me. Oh no, it's just the nearness of you. It's not your sweet conversation which brings this sensation. Oh no, it's just the nearness of you. And when you're in my arms, and I can feel you so close to me, oh, all my wildest dreams come true. I'll need no soft lights to enchant me, if you will only grant me the right to hold you ever so tight. I'd like to feel in the night the nearness of you. And when you're in my arms, and I can feel you so close to me, oh, all my wildest dreams come true. I'll need no soft lights to enchant me, if you will only grant me the right to hold you ever so tight. I'd like to feel it every night, the nearness of you. But for now, just stay 6 feet back, would you? All right, Hoagie Carmichael. We could do a couple more. I mean, he's a brilliant craftsman. I admire his work. How about Stardust? It's one of the first ones I learned. Georgia. That's a good one. Do everybody likes that? I got another one. I'll save it for a little bit later. Those are all by Hoagie, about half a dozen. Anybody tuning in yet?
I'm tuning in. Yeah, they're out there. They're all watching. There's some thumbs up. There's some comments. People ought to know that they should look for a way to tip the musician, but we'll keep you tuned in on that. Go ahead, Eric.
All right. Well, this is my latest goofy one. For those of you that have been hanging on every note recently, you might have heard this, but it's worth this. It's worth a rerun. It's called "I'd Like a Second Chance at My First Impression." Well, late last week, my sweetheart took me home to meet the folks. I thought I'd ask her father for her hand, but I got nervous as we sat down round that table for our meal, and I drank a little more wine than I had planned. Well, wouldn't you know it, I got drunk and started getting mean. She tried to get me up and out the door. I pinched her mama on the bottom, slapped her daddy, then I fought him. I threw up and I passed out on the floor. I'd like a second chance at my first impression. The way I was acting was a sin. I'd like a second chance at my first impression. I wish that I could do it all again. Well, I was out of work and low on funds, so things were pretty grim. To get a job I thought would be a simple task, but I was nervous for that interview, so I thought I'd have a drink. But I took too many pulls off of my flask. I went into that office with whiskey on my breath, besides the fact I was 20 minutes late. I said I need to make $100 grand and I need time off for my band. Then I asked the secretary for a date. I'd like a second chance at my first impression. The way I was acting was a sin. I'd like a second chance at my first impression. I wish that I could do it all again. Yeah, I wish that I could do it all again. Yeah. I'd like a second chance at my first impression. All right. We'll try a pretty one here. Sherbet course, if you will. This is written by Duke Ellington. It could have just been a impromptu for the Queen of England. I guess he kind of kept this under wraps for a long time, but I'm going to give it a shot here. The Single Petal of a Rose. It's a nice version by Ben Webster, plays it on the tenor. You might want to look it up. I'm hoping my buddy Lewis is listening. I promised I'd play him a song here. It's kind of topical. I went to see the captain, the strangest I could find. I laid my proposition down. I laid it on the line. I won't slave for beggars' pay, likewise gold and jewels. But I would slave to learn the way to sink your ship of food, on a cruising ship of food, sail away from me. Yeah, it was later than I thought when I first believed you, and now I cannot share your laughter, ship of food. watched your first ship sink and drown from rocking of the boat, and all that could not sink or swim were just left there to float. Though I could not cuss, no, I still might warn a few. No, don't lend a hand to raise no flag atop no ship of fools, on a deep blue sea. The ship of fools, yeah, sail away from me. It was much later than I thought when I first believed you. And now I cannot share your laughter, ship of fools. Yeah, it was much later than I thought when I first believed you. And now I cannot share your laughter, ship of fools. Yeah, it's an old Grateful Dead song. 50 years or so ago. We can consider it a stinging rebuke of the current administration. All right, I got one here. There's a guy, Floyd Kramer, was a country piano player, one of Nashville's studio musician. They asked him to write something, so overnight he came up with this one. It's called Last Date. Minutes of Paradise. The hammer on that. He was trying to get that pedal steel thing going. Cocktails for two. Started off with Twilight Time. Okay, I got another request before I start. I'm hoping people are sending me stuff because I'm running out of tunes here. This is, a lot of people seem to like this one. It's an old Charles Brown tune. Recounts many of the mistakes I've made in life. Called Fool's Paradise. This is for Phil Frank out in New York City. I hope you're listening. Well, when I think of the life I've led, I guess it's a wonder that I'm not dead. With all that drinking and gambling and staying out all night, living in a fool's paradise. You know, Mama told me, Papa told me too. They said one day, my child, it's all gonna catch up to you. All of that drinking, staying out all night. Yeah, you're living in a fool's paradise. And though I've learned my lesson, just like every other fool I met, I've had to learn things in this world. I haven't forgotten yet. My mama told me, I'm afraid Mama got it right. She said one day, my child, you're gonna ruin your life with all of that drinking. Good God, son, you must have a hollow leg. I'm living in a fool's paradise. And though I have learned my lesson, like every other fool I've met, I've had to learn things in this world. Well, I'll remember till my dying day, my mama told me, and I'm afraid Mama got it right. She said one day, Junior, you're gonna ruin your life with all of that drinking. Gambling, I know you've been staying out all night, living in a fool's paradise. I've been living in a fool's paradise. Okay, a cautionary tale. Let that be a lesson to you. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Doo-da-doo. Jelly roll. Another jelly roll. The Crave. Oh yeah, it's a long way to go on that, baby. It's one of my favorites, so it's the reason I keep playing the piano. Try to play stuff like that. All right. I got one here. This was one of my dad's favorite tunes was called September in the Rain. And then Tad Dameron wrote this beautiful tune over the same changes. So I'll mix them together, see what happens here. Thank you very much. We'll call that the first set.
Huh.
Take a little breather, regroup, read those requests, turn it back over to Eric here.
All right. All right. Eric Shifrin, ladies and gentlemen. Wild applause out there, please, all over America. All right. He'll be back. We'll give him a 20-minute break or so to rest those easy fingers of his. Mr. Fingers. Yeah. So thank you. Larry Dunlap chimed in just a minute ago saying, pretty groovy, he said.
All right, Larry.
All right. All right. Okay. So thanks. Thanks for tuning in. And we'll take a little break. I think we'll turn this off and let you guys go get some, you know, something to drink, whatever you want. Keep in mind, if you're a subscriber, there's a little bell next to the thing that says subscribe, and if you click on that, you're going to get a notification when we go live again. Meanwhile, you can expect us to be rolling about 10 minutes to 7, I'd say. Okay, come back, but we'll stop this one for now. June. So we